सब पाक है पैगंबर लेकस खुदाए बरतर, सब पाक है पैगंबर एक दूसरे से बेहतर लेकस खुदाए बरतर खैरुल वरा यही है. This is in the शान of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and one of his stanza says उस नूर पर फिदा हूँ उसका ही मैं हुआ हूँ, वो है मैं चीज क्या हूँ, बस फैसला यही है. And I think that shows you his humbleness and his servant to his master. And according to the Quran's ayat, whoever is obedient to Allah and his Rasul, there is a blessing of Nabiyeen, Sadiqeen, Salihin, and Shuhada. And these are the words of Quran. These are not the words of promised Messiah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mirza. Thank you for that. Brother Akbar, anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the confusion that I've always felt in the Ahmadiyya, that they equate a person's internal feelings or whatever he thought with doctrine, and then confuse the doctrine with religion and label that as the true Islam. Okay. They call their religion the true Islam. So as you see, the brother Mirza here did not address any of the claims directly. The 3 points that he used were: number one, it is a metaphorical language; number two, there is a hadith; and number three, the timeline that you presented. So what I will do is I will go through these one by one if you have time. You
have to be very brief on them. Sure. As you go through them.
Sure. Yeah. So the first thing that comes to mind here is that the translation, and when Ahmadis translate the Quran or they translate the Hadith, they introduce a little subtle meaning in there which makes sense to Punjabi, Pakistanis, but doesn't make sense to the rest of the world. And this is why most of their followers come from that persuasion. So just as an example here, the hadith that was quoted by Brother Mirza is لو كان الإيمان عند الثريا لناله رجل من هؤلاء. Now the word لناله means will reach, not will bring back. So it was after I spent time in the Arab world and learnt Arabic myself, was that I came to this conclusion that by twisting the meaning very slightly, you change the whole concept, and then you make it the foundation of your faith.
Are you fluent in Arabic?
I'm not fluent, okay, but I can read and I can speak and I can understand. Yeah. So what this meant is that when the Arab people were saying, this is an Ajami, a Farsi person sitting next to us, the Holy Prophet ﷺ meant that even if Iman, faith, were to be so far away as the Suraya, the Pleiades, these people will reach it, meaning they have the capacity. Although they are not Arabs, they have the capacity to reach it. But then that word has been mistranslated as to bring it back. So this is just one example.
Just wait for the brother to finish, inshallah. We'll come back to
then coming to his claims, Brother Mirza said that his claims were as God revealed to him. He was nothing by himself, and as God said. I have a serious problem with that, because although I may not doubt what was inside his heart, his love for his family, his love for Allah or whatever, I'm not there to judge him. But what I can judge Mirza Qadiyani on, I can judge him based on what he did and what he claimed. So in 1880, going with your timeline, in 1880 he wrote the Brahine Ahmadiyya, in which he believed Jesus to be still not dead, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. And in 1880 or 1881, Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan wrote a commentary of the Holy Quran, in which he raised, according to him, that Jesus had died. In 1885, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad claimed to be Mujaddid, reformer, although, to be honest, you don't claim to be Mujaddid. You do something, and then people say you are the reformer. But he had a habit of making a claim before he would do anything. So, and then he held that belief, although he had claimed to be Mujaddid in 1885, he held that belief until 1890 or 1891, when he finally said, oh, God has revealed to me that Jesus has died. So just as an example, it shows you. So these timelines, like you said, don't make sense. They go from one claim to another, to another, to another, and each claim becomes preposterous as the one before. So you see a gradual thing in there. When we read history, we look at saints or we look at prophets in the history of various religions. We see that when God appoints them, they stand up and say, you know, this is why God appointed me, and this is what I'm here to do.
Yep.
And here we see a gradual change and a lot of inconsistency in the dates. So having been appointed a reformer, God, na'uzubillah, did not tell him that Isa is dead or alive. Mm-hmm. And then 6 years down the road, while Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan's commentary had been there for 11 years, then he finally changes his belief. So I have a serious problem with how he presented it.
Okay.
What were his internal thoughts or his internal beliefs? I'm not there to judge him. God is there, and he will judge all of us, you know. So.
All right. Thank you for that. Mr. Mirza, anything you'd like to just very briefly, because we've got some more points you want to get.
Right, one or two points.